is Wednesday, and I've been snoozing this past couple days getting a wire brush. I've been meaning to get another one smaller than this. I'm running out of time, so I'm just using this for now. Smaller wire brush, probably the size, the quarter size of this, will work better. Getting started on it already, and sure enough, some of this dried out acid is coming to fall apart. So I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing, and once I'm done with this, I'm gonna do this, the positive terminal also. The wire brush didn't work too good for me. 150 grit sandpaper just sanded down to post itself. It's not perfectly clean, so it's good enough for now. So I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit more and plug it back. I started painting the bumper also, so I'm gonna be painting the inside of here only. I'm gonna prime it. I sanded it down right now. I use that 150 grit sandpaper that I showed you guys, and then I'm using right now 220. And in between all that, I actually grabbed a rag. I used a wet rag, wiped it down with all that dust out to liquid, and then I hit it again, 220 grit, wipe it down also, and then I'm gonna start prepping it with paper and tape. You guys can see the lines right here and right there, and a little bit of down here, basically towards the end, the middle, and the top. If you paint it, you're gonna see that from a far distance too. So go ahead and fix this by adding another piece of tape here, here, and here, and obviously here, which I haven't finished yet. If you don't have one of these masking tools, obviously I just basically use newspaper. That'll be fine. Just lay it out, a big bulk piece, and then you can put your tape on top of that. So I fixed the edges from the top, middle, and the bottom, and finished off this side. So it's ready to be primed. Restore is the way I go. This will work fine. This is oil based, and I love the oil base. So oil base tends to bond a lot more efficiently. And one of these guys work too. Put it on top of this aerosol can, and it's easy to spray rather than using your finger. So I did a couple test runs on top first, so none of that junk will get on the place that you want to paint. I just did one coat of primer. I'm going to do 2 coats of finishing paint. Stuff the oil base, let it settle for a whole day, let it cure, and then we're going to lightly sand it. Not go too nuts, but lightly sand it once it's cured for a whole day, which will be tomorrow. And then we'll do 1 coat of the black, and then Thursday, Friday, do a 2nd coat on the black also. I got the 2nd coat on the bumper itself, and then I gotta do some other stuff before Friday for Cars and Coffee that's going on in town this Saturday. I still gotta get a bigger hose. I need to research what it is. I think it's the smog pump air intake, and then I have to bolts for the bracket on the bumper, mount up the quick release hinges for the bumper itself, paint obviously the finishing paint on the black coating on the bumper, get some acid or some type of acid cleaner for the battery terminal so I can clean that. I'll keep you guys posted what's going on for tomorrow. Get you guys a heads up for until Saturday for Cars and Coffee. So I'll let you guys go. Some video progress going on. We'll see how it goes towards the end of the week, and so far we're making progress at being a Wednesday. Hopefully we get some more done, which I have to because of Cars and Coffee that's coming up Saturday and just Saturday morning. So we're gonna get this bad boy wrapped up and keep you guys updated. Hey guys, it's Thursday. I am going to lightly sand the bumper primer yesterday. I'm gonna coat it with some metallic paint. I got some Ace Hardware, and then do a light coat, and then do another light coat tomorrow as well. So I already primed it, and you want to lightly sand it. If you put your finger on it and it feels rough a little bit, it means that you need to sand a little bit Otherwise that roughness you're going to notice once you put the clear coat on it. So just lightly sand it. I'm using 220 grit is what I'm using. Have a rag and just take off the dust that you created. So this is the finish I use on the billet grill that I have for the car, and it's bulletproof basic coats. You want to use light coats first. You could still see a little bit of red action going on, and that's okay because we're gonna hit it with the second coat. You want to do light coats first so the paint won't run on you. So we're gonna let this cure for about 30 minutes or so. Once it's dry to touch, we'll hit it again with the second coat. I just got back from eating dinner and it lasted about an hour. It's dry to touch, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a second coat on this. Then once I put them on, we'll be the judge to see if it looks good or not. So while the paint is drying up, I got this bolts, the bolt, the nut, and the washer, so it could, for the bumper bracket, so it could properly get fitted and nice and snug. We'll put this on, and then I'll put the other set of bolt and screw right there too. So I got the bracket nice and snug, not moving anymore, and I would like to say it's smooth as ass cheeks. Hey guys, it's Friday night and I just got done unmasking the bumper. I put on the clear coat, took off the papers, and right now I just got done in a longer hose that led from the air intake system. And to my knowledge, from what I heard, I haven't researched it yet, but I guess cruise control box that's vacuum fed. I clamped down the air intake system that I cleaned. I got some CLR right here. I'm gonna clean out the battery terminals and see if I can get it more cleaner than that. Do an oil change, and then I'm gonna put back the bumper itself. Everything came out nice and crisp. And before I took off the mask paper, this is what I used to clear coat it. Made by Duke Color Perfect Match. You could tell the difference. It's already just being dipped in CLR for a few seconds helps dramatically. I mean, it's not gonna get it perfect like you see in commercials, but there's probably something I'm missing that I'm not doing, but this is as good as I'm gonna get it for tonight. I'm gonna move to this one. So one thing I need to do very soon is change out the gasket for the oil pan. So I'm gonna do that, and the process of doing that, probably soon also I'm gonna get another oil pan. It seems like I've been doing some research on the original Corollas, the CEs, the S types, the LEs. They have a baffle inside, which eliminates the oil starvation on the engines, which the 2ZZs on the XRSs are notorious for having oil starvation. So instead of buying a Moroso oil pan that's $250 to $300 roughly, give or take, you find it at a junkyard very cheaper than that, probably at an eighth of a price or even less than that. I think the Celica 2ZZs have that oil pan baffle on it, so it could probably get it off of a 2ZZ Celica. The only way to find out is by taking it out and seeing exactly what's inside. So that being said, a 14 mil, and then your oil filter right there, and there it goes. Once it's done draining, just put back the plug itself and then go loosen up the oil filter and then start draining it also. Once you take off the filter, grab a rag and clean the outer rim. You then grab your clean new oil filter and then grab the new oil and just put a little bit on the rim so it could create that seal, and at the same time it won't be frustrating for you to take out. And hand tighten it. Don't use a wrench. If you want to use a wrench, that's fine, but don't tighten it too much. And then once you have it, just screw it on, hand tight. That should be good. Now some of you might say it's pointless to me to be filming an oil change, but I'm sure there's a couple people, not very many, but a couple people who haven't done an oil change. So just for reference, I'm gonna put that out real quick so they can learn a little bit and have some knowledge for themselves. Working a little bit more late than usual, but that's usually what happens when you're trying to get stuff done. So I cleaned the air filter, got a longer hose that leads to the cruise control. It is. I got this bracket mounted properly. Did an oil change. Took out the windshield wiper canister because I don't need that. Cleaned the terminals with CLR and painted the bumper, in which I'm going to put on once I'm done with everything. And then I'm going to put the quick release bumper hinges right here. Everything pretty much the bumper just basically snapped in by itself. As soon as you hook it up onto here and put in these two screws, the driver's side snapped in automatically, and the passenger side you gotta clip it on, which was really easy. And then for the bottom two clips was this one and this one. So you got the two screws on top, the two clips at the bottom, and then right now to secure where the fenders are at, I'm going to start installing these JDM Speed quick release bumper support. I got them for $6, $7 at Amazon. Really cheap, and I find it convenient because I'm pretty sure I'll take it off more often. Not that I know how to properly clean the air filter. So I'm thinking of actually putting the two pins right here. One right here and the other one right here. So when it's time to take off the bumper, all I have to do is take off the rubber band, the two screws on top, and then the two clips at the bottom, and then should be ready to go. Grab the drill bit big enough to fit this screw right here. Once you drill the hole, you put the screw where the button is at. It'll be this inside here, and then once you put it in, this washer will go from the inside of the wheel well, followed by a nut, and the wrench you're going to use to tighten this up will be a 10 mil in the bolt from the inside and a 4mm Allen wrench. Forgot to mention is that you have your brackets right here for the bumper that clip on. Just be very careful before you screw where the bracket is at. Otherwise, you'll find yourself, in a pickle, taking out the bracket in order to put this quick release things. So if you want to use both benefits of the bracket and the quick release, you want to go around the frame. Actually, the car frame will be right here. So in order not to interfere with the car frame, just make sure you go above it and below it. One thing I forgot to mention, you see this line right here? I basically just followed it and put my screws right there following that line right there. So I'm gonna call it a night. Quick releases. Got the bumper finished up in black since I don't have that billet grill anymore in the bottom. I'll let you guys go. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna wash the car and go to Cars and Coffee after with the family. Have some fun overall tomorrow morning. It's currently around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Had a long day trying to get things done for tomorrow. We got it done. We made it happen, and I thought I wasn't gonna finish for a minute, but for a little bit of persuasion, get it done. So I'll wrap up the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And I'll probably won't post the video for tomorrow morning until as the weekend ends and whatnot. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys later.